Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This was the last week's plan with me that we did. As we know, we totally messed up this one. So this one is the 10th through the 16th. That one's the 17th through the 22nd. But I promise this is the correct week. This is the 24th through the 30th of July. I do think I want to do a couple of double ups for plan with me starting like maybe next week, so that we can get through a couple of the weeks that we missed. So not catch up completely, but maybe catch up to September. Alright, so this is a spring cleaning kit. I thought it worked really well for this week because this week is when we start working on the garage. So it's a lot of cleaning. I have two kits. I have another one also, but it's not a full kit. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to use that one in this planner. But I do have 2 weeks of cleaning, so maybe you'll get a cleaning one next week also. So this is the main kit, and then we have all of the glitters. That's for later. All the extras in here, which should work pretty well. I hope that I grabbed enough stickers. I don't have too many because I just was not in a very good mood yesterday. So I just didn't spend extra time searching through all my stickers for all the cuteness. So this one's going to be a little bit plainer, but I think it'll still be pretty. Okay, so now I will go over to the voiceover section. Hi guys, so voiceover time. I am listening to Kingdom of the Feared, which I'm not done with yet. I'm only halfway through. That is a long audiobook, and I have not had a lot of Amazon shifts, which is when I listen to them the most. So I still have a lot left, but I have one tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday. So A, hopefully I'll have money, and B, hopefully I will have an audiobook finished. Okay, so I already started this voiceover, and then I realized that A, soft top, not okay for my stomach. And B, I forgot to set it for the Yeti mic, so it was going off of the computer, which is super quiet. And then I didn't want to come back on the Yeti mic and scare the hell out of you guys, because it's really annoying when that happens. You ever watch a video and everything's super quiet and then the music comes on and it's really loud? Or the voiceover comes on and it's really quiet and then really loud. It's really obnoxious. So I got back after my little pause. I overshare all the time, and I never know how much to share with you guys. I feel like I share too much. I'm sorry. And I realized that I hadn't put the Yeti mic on. So everything I said before is null and void, and I deleted it because last thing I wanted was for it to sound like garbage. So now you're on the Yeti mic. Hopefully it sounds okay. Ugh. I don't remember what I was talking about with you guys anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. I can start over. So, I, as you can see, am prepping the base right now, and I usually just talk about current events while we prepping bases because there's not really much to talk about. Hey, look, there's a glitter header. Oh, up, there's another one. No, it's not fun. So, right now in my life, my husband is floating around on a boat. My kids have their best friend coming home. I am doing a reading vlog. I'm doing one of those 24-hour challenges. I'm not doing the 24 hours in one day. I would like to try it sometime just to see how much I can read in one full day. But that ain't me right now. So I'm on day 4. I started on Friday and it's now Monday. And I am at like 18 hours, I think. I want to finish it tomorrow or the day that you're seeing this. The reason that I didn't have this up on time was because I was doing that. I was reading, and I have been doing a pretty good job at physically reading. And I got home from the store last night because Elise was asking for lunch for today, and Caleb was hungry, so me and Caleb ran to the store really fast. When I got home, I realized, oh crap, I've been reading all day and do not have my plan with me edited or voiceovered. So I came home and edited it. So any of the like the long pauses where I'm just sitting there staring off into space, which happens because I really do think I have ADHD. Um, but when I'm sitting there staring off into space for no reason whatsoever. Oh, that reminds me. I wonder if I put it in my planner. I'll have to look. Sorry. Uh, anyone who tells me I don't have it, I think I might actually have it. Uh, nope, forgot what I was gonna say. I just remembered that my daughter went to the doctor the other day and she got diagnosed with Ehlers-Danlos. And I thought of that because I was thinking about the book that I'm reading right now, which made me think of The Fourth Wing, because they have very similar vibes. I seriously have brain issues. I literally don't remember. Give me 2 minutes. I may actually be able to come around to it again. But I've been doing the 24-hour vlog, and I'm just keeping track of how much I'm reading. And so, like, when I was out on my shift and listening to my audiobook, I counted that. When I was sitting down reading with Nikki, I counted most of it. So we would start talking, so I'd turn off my timer, and then we would stop talking and start reading again, and I'd forget to turn my timer back on. And I also had times where we were reading and then we start talking and I forget to turn it off. So we think it balances out. If anything, I might be a little bit under because there was more times when I was reading without the timer on than there was where I was not reading with the timer on. But yeah, I'm on 18 hours and something change now. So I need another 6 hours before tomorrow because I want this to go up on Wednesday. But I was reading last night and I was getting really into it, and I got home from the store and realized, oh dude, I haven't done anything for the Plan With Me yet. So I edited it last night. So I took out all the verbal pauses, the no, that's not true. I took out all of the physical pauses. So when my brain is blanking out, that's where I was. Okay, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm just going to have to constantly apologize for my idiocy. But yeah, so there was times where I would just like my brain would glitch out, or I'd be listening to the book or whatever, and I would just stop and sit there for like a minute. So I had to go through and take all those pieces out. So I did that last night when I got home, but I had to be up super early this morning to take Elise to work at 6 a.m. We had to leave the house at 5:30, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to sleep now. Nope, didn't go to sleep. I should have just done this last night because then I was worried about doing this and thinking, okay, I'll do it in the morning after I get home. But in the morning after I got home, I was cranky and tired, so that wasn't a good time to do this. You don't want a tired, cranky voiceover. That's not fun. So I should have just done the stupid voiceover last night, but then I probably would have been able to sleep, and this would have been up in time instead of being a day late, like always. So we're going to say that my Plan With Me's are a Monday or Tuesday thing because half the time they're up on Mondays, the other half the time they're up on Tuesdays. Occasionally they're up on Wednesdays. I think that's happened once or twice. For those of you who watch these, because I know there's not a huge number of people who watch these videos. I know most of my viewers come for my book content, not my Plan With Me content, which is fine. That's totally understandable. Everyone has their thing. I do find it enormously funny that one of my favorite booktubers, my favorite Plan With Me people is now making book content. When I went from planning to book content years ago, it's really funny to see these people who are now planners who are starting to find book stuff and book people who do Plan With Me's now, which I find extremely funny because when I started YouTube like 9 years ago, can you believe it? 9 years ago? I don't know if anybody's been around that long. If any of you guys have been around that long, you'll have to say hey. But when this first started, Plan With Me's were a thing on YouTube. There was some reading content, but very, very little. And there was a lot of like unboxings and stuff. And I loved to watch the unboxings. I thought they were the coolest thing in the entire world. So I would literally watch unboxings and then I would try out the boxes and I would film it. So I have video footage of me and my kids when they were super little unboxing stuff. And I don't know if I should keep that stuff up because they were so little or if I should take it down. I mean, knowing what I know now, I didn't force them to do it. They liked doing it, so I don't feel bad about having them, but I'm just, yeah. Is it ethical to keep videos up of my kids when they were little, when they are not now? Probably doesn't matter. No one ever watches them anyways. My most watched video is from like 6 years ago, and it was a book sleeve that I made. And I was actually making bags and stuff too, and I always thought about making more videos for sewing, but I just never did it. And part of me kind of wishes I did, but part of me is like, meh. So I don't know. If that's something that anybody actually would watch, I think it'd be fun to make more of those types of videos. But the book videos came shortly after, because I've been a reader since my daughter was a baby. And I remember reading the Harry Potter series. I read a few books here and there prior to that, but I wasn't really into reading, and I couldn't figure out why. I remember reading a couple of Fear Street books when I was in high school. I read most of Cujo in high school and most of The Old Man and the Sea, but I didn't read a lot of books, and The Old Man and the Sea was in the class. And I didn't get to finish it. And I remember hating that I didn't get to finish it. And I actually finished it a few years ago. I think it was 2 years ago I actually bought the book and finished it. And the ending was very depressing. So it makes me go, okay, great, I wasn't missing much. And I haven't finished Cujo still. I started it when I was like in, I don't know, 10th grade. I read 95% of it and then just put it down one day and never picked it back up. I don't know how that damn book ends. I know that how the movie ends, but I heard the book ends totally differently, and it's kind of devastating. So, do I go back and read it just for a dog to die? I don't know. But I started really reading when the Harry Potter series was still actively coming out, and when Twilight was actively coming out. So, a friend of my sister's, this friend I had, she has a sister, and me and her sister bonded while she was pregnant and crazy. And she handed me the first Harry Potter book and was like, "Here, read this." And so I read the first Harry Potter. I started reading the first Harry Potter book in her house because I told her I wasn't a reader, and she's like, "Just try this." And I think I was complaining that the third movie had just come out and I didn't understand it. And so she tried to get me to read the book. I read like the first couple chapters, thought it was really good, and wanted to continue reading it, but she wouldn't let me borrow it. So I went home and bought it on Amazon, read through the first 5 books in the series, walked into Barnes & Noble and said, "Hey, I'm new to reading. This is what I like. Can you help me find something?" And she's like, "Yeah, we have this brand new book that just came out that doesn't have a lot of hype right now, but I really liked it, and you probably will too," and hands me Twilight. And then I read Twilight. And shortly after I read Twilight, New Moon came out. And shortly after I read New Moon, the 6th Harry Potter book came out. And that's kind of the start of my reading journey. But I didn't read a lot when I started YouTube, only because I didn't have the financial ability to buy a lot of new books. And I'm that basic ass person who loves to buy new books. And if I can buy new books, I will read more. If I can't buy books, I will read less. Please explain that to me. It doesn't make any sense. It never has. But it's kind of funny to watch all these YouTubers who were in one space, dabbling in other spaces, that have always been like my 2 favorite things. My other favorite thing is to travel, but money is making that difficult. But we're going to have a little travel day today. I'm awesome at making sure you're in screen. At least once a video, I do this. Once a video, I put down stickers and then realize you can't see it. Sometimes it's more than once a video, but I'm pretty sure it's at least once a video. So I put down one of the planer boxes. I think it was like a vacuuming or something. And then I put the habit trackers on top of it. Which, there you go. Yeah, I think it was a vacuum one. I was going to be starting now. Coming up to... So I should have been putting down the bougie boxes, but I did not. I don't think there's anything super different on my other planner than there is in this one, but I'll go ahead and just kind of keep you guys updated. It was one of those weeks where it was a little bit too busy to not put down more full boxes, but not quite busy enough to fill up the blank spaces, if that makes sense. So you're going to see a few blank spaces in here. So Monday, Oppenheimer came out on like the 22nd or something. So whatever Friday was before this, 21st. Barbie movie and Oppenheimer both came out. And my son wanted to go watch Oppenheimer in the 70 millimeter. And we were totally fine doing that. We have AMC movie passes. AMC has a 70 millimeter in downtown Seattle. And so we planned to go to Seattle just to watch this movie. And we're all excited. We're all hyped up. We get there just on a perfect amount of time to go get some popcorn and a drink and sit down to watch this movie. We get up there and the ticket person takes one look at our tickets and goes, "Oh, Oppenheimer is broken. The 70 millimeter is broken. Do you want to go watch it in digital?" I turned and looked at Tyler. Tyler says, "No. I'd rather come back when it's fixed." And we asked when they are supposed to have it fixed. They said they were going to be hopefully getting it fixed within the next couple of hours. So they gave us replacement tickets, and they gave us like a free popcorn and a free drink certificate as like a sorry, we can't let you go to Oppenheimer today. And then because the movie got canceled, we didn't want to just waste the entire time that we were over there, because we drove all the way over there, and it's not a fast drive. It's like a 2-hour drive to get from here to there, because I mean, I can go to Bainbridge Island and see Seattle, but it takes like 45 minutes to get to Bainbridge, and then you have to take a ferry from Bainbridge to Seattle. It's just a mess. And so we didn't take the ferries because we were on a time crunch, and so we drove all the way around, and because we had to drive all the way around the peninsula, it takes like 2 hours to get there. So we are over there anyways, and we figured we've got to be able to find something else to do that isn't related to the movie, because we are not going to the movies. And Pat found this little like a mouche bouche Asian inspired restaurant that had like little samples of food. So you would like order a couple of them and you would share them, or you would take them all for yourself or whatever. And it's called Dozone. I've never heard of it. They had a really good drinks. We all got like tea, because I don't drink alcohol, so we all got tea, and a bunch of different little things. Like we got a couple of little noodle dishes, we got a couple of salads, we got a bunch of dumplings, and then Pat got ramen because it's all he could have, because he had a cucumber salad and ramen because he's got celiac and he can't have the normal dough stuff. It ended up being one of the most cost-effective meals that we've had for the entire family. And so it ended up being like $100 for 4 of us to go. And if you've ever been to a nice bougie restaurant, $25 per person is actually really reasonable, and that included drinks. So we were able to eat an amazing meal for not psychotically expensive. And then on the way home, we stopped by the South Center Mall and the Tacoma Mall to just do some walking through shopping. I'm obsessed with this place called Glow Tea, and they have like these light bulbs, and I have a monthly subscription, so I can get 12 teas a month. And as long as I bring my light bulbs in, I can get them refilled for quote unquote free. And as long as I get like 4 of them a month, I've paid for the whole thing. So anything above and beyond that is good. They only have one in Tacoma. It takes 45 minutes to get to Tacoma, so I want to go at least once a month and get a bunch of teas. So we're taking our light bulbs today when we go to Seattle, so that way I can get Glow Tea again. Woo! But we ended up being up super late because we didn't get home until super late. And then as I'm realizing that I started Monday and then I went and did the sidebar. Why do I do that? why can't I do the sidebar first and then hit Monday, then hit Tuesday? Because my brain does not work linearly. So on the sidebar, I have my meals. So we had leftovers on Monday because we had gone out and done the dough zone for lunch. So we just kind of ate what was in the house on Monday. Tuesday we had sausage pasta. Wednesday we had pizza. Thursday and Friday I had my chicken and potatoes. I told you that's like my current fixation. It's wearing off a little bit, but it's still not wearing off. I just add stuff to it now. Like I've been adding tzatziki sauce to it now. But it's mashed potatoes, chicken, either chicken strips or chicken like whatever, rotisserie, whatever we happen to have in the house, and then some kind of vegetable. Sometimes it's like a corn, which is I know is not a vegetable, but for all intents and purposes. Recently it's been broccoli, but I've been obsessed with it, and I don't know why. It's just my current weird obsession. Then we had Chipotle on Saturday, and then we did like a hamburger helper type style thing on Sunday. I don't eat beef most of the time, so anything that's pork or beef based is like impossible or beyond me, and then chicken is chicken. I wrote my steps down in miles for an unknown reason instead of steps, so I have mileage on there this week. It's kind of bad, but whatever. And then I did journaling and oil pulling all week long, which I haven't done the last couple days because Elisa's been getting me up super, super early. And then it's the only time of day that I'm actually hungry is right after I wake up. And you have to do the oil pulling right after you wake up or it doesn't work properly. So the last couple of days I've had to be out of the house doing stuff, which makes me even hungrier. And like this morning when I was coming home from dropping her off at the crack of dawn, I'm almost home and my stomach just feels like it's dying. So I've been eating and have not done oil pulling all weekend, but I'm trying to do it on a regular basis again. So let's move on to Tuesday because I'm already on Tuesday and we are not. Side note, the Oppenheimer thing happens throughout the entire week. We tried like 3 different times to go to that movie and it never worked. They fixed the theater, or the movie projector, so that way it does work. But then the AC in the building went out during that hot like streak for a month straight where we had like over 100-degree weather in Seattle. Who has 100-degree weather in Seattle? That is so bizarre. But they had no AC. And so we kept calling them and we're like, hey, does the theater work? And they're like, yeah, the theater works, but we don't have any AC. And so then I call back again, hey, do you have AC? Nope, still no AC, still no AC, still no AC. We don't actually end up seeing Oppenheimer until like a week from this day. So sometime at the beginning of August is when we finally just cave and go watch Oppenheimer digitally instead of on the 70 millimeter, which we still have not seen because guess what? It's still messed up. I don't get it. I mean, it's cold now. So it's like 65 degrees outside right now. And if it was 65 and there was no AC, it probably wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But when it's 90 to 100 degrees with no AC, they said it was miserable in the theater. So we just kept canceling. And I don't think I wrote all those down. I did not. I did not write all the ones that we tried to do down. I have them in my other planner, but I don't have them in this one because there was no point just to write that and that got canceled. All right. So Tuesday, Elise got a new job. So she had to go get drug tested and she also got tested for ADHD, which the ADHD test came back weird. So she got diagnosed when she was 8. And then when they tried to re-diagnose her recently, it came back inconclusive, which how does that work? That she had a lot of the right variables for it, but not all of them, but they're not sure because she's female. Was it geared towards her correctly? I literally have no idea. So we're like, forget it. She was diagnosed when she was 8. Caleb definitely has it. So we're just going to be like, yeah, she definitely has ADHD still. And they even have her on ADHD meds. So I don't know. I don't get it. We had a gym day, which I've been sucking at lately. I've only been doing 2 a week since I got sick. I need to step that stuff up. Did elliptical for 10 minutes and then weights for 25. At this point in time, I was doing like the full body just in chunks instead of, like uppers, lowers types of thing. Now I'm back to uppers and lowers because it's easier when you aren't there constantly. And then for that, I actually used one of the big check boxes because I had a bunch of different YouTube stuff. And since it was a YouTube heavy day, I wanted to write down what I was doing. So I did a sticker haul and a book haul. I worked on my plan with me. I did an unboxing and I worked on my vlog. I was trying to do weekly vlogs there for a little while, but I would always forget to film. And so I'm doing like a challenge this time, hoping that the challenge will make it easier. I also have a couple other things that I'm working on. Like I'm working on redoing all of my bookshelves and I'm making a vlog out of that one. And then I also have a couple of other video ideas because I have this entire shelf of books that I'm not super in love with. So Nikki has me splitting up my books into need to read, want to get there eventually, don't really want to read. Well, I don't want to just throw out the I don't really want to read books because there are books on there that sound interesting and there are books on there that I was excited to read at one time. And I am one of those people that wants to at least try to read these books, even if I don't like them. I am 100% fine with DNFing. I just want to try them. So I'm probably going to do is, pick a couple standalones and maybe one of the series and sit down and do like a try a chapter. Read a chapter of it, figure out if it's something that I want to pursue or not. And if I do want to pursue it, put it in a pile to read. If I don't want to pursue it, unhaul it. So it'll be kind of like a try a chapter, unhaul thing. And I want to do that soon. But right now my book area is a disaster because we ended up pulling off all the books on a couple of the shelves in order to make room for this organizational technique that we're trying. But I ended up making a bigger mess than anything else. Plus I took all the book of the month ones out and all of my book boxes out. Which, side note, I'm thinking about canceling one of my book boxes. And I would like to have your input on those. All right, anyways, Wednesday, I have passed Wednesday because I've been chit-chatting about other stuff. Pat had an AM shift with Amazon. I filmed my plan with me. And then I had a 4.5-hour shift with Flex. We did some grocery shopping and it was a recycling day. We went to Town and Country, which I was super excited about, which is where we got the pizza. Really nothing else happened that day though, so I have like a blank spot in there because I don't have anything else to put in it. And then on Thursday, Pat had 2 shifts. He had a 4 a.m. shift and a 2 p.m. shift, which means that he made bank that day and I did not because we used the same car to do deliveries. Which doesn't work out really well. We have 2 cars, so my son's car's finally fixed, so he can use his now. So that means we have the Santa Fe and then we have the Prius. My car does not go on deliveries because it's a stick shift and there's too many hills around here. And there's been times where I've been stuck on these really weird ass hills and all I can do is thank the Lord that I am not driving my stick shift. So we don't take that one delivering. Tyler's car is a stick shift also, but I don't know, he's just got more gumption than I do. I get too easily freaked out. Like I can't parallel park if someone's watching me or if I'm trying to explain how to do it. But if I'm just out and about and I'm like, oh, look, there's a spot, I can parallel park with no problem as long as people aren't watching me. Like if I don't have anyone in the car with me and there's no cars coming, I can parallel park like nobody's business. But the moment someone's watching me, I'm like, oh my God, and I fuck it up. Sorry, I screw it up. Anyways, while he was doing that, I went to the gym. I did 5 minutes on the elliptical and 30 minutes worth of weights. And I also had some happy mail come in. I had my book of the month and some of my stickers show up. And then me and Elise watched The Rookie. And I think that's on Netflix. That could be on Hulu. I do not remember for sure. But she had me watching it with her for a hot minute. And I want to say that I watched like season 3 on. I still haven't seen the beginning of the series yet. And she's like, "You're not missing anything." And then when I say something about not seeing the beginning of the series yet, she tells me that we'll have to fix that so that I can get caught up. Whatever. All right, and then moving on to Friday. I had a very busy day, but it was a very singular busy day. Does that make sense? So we did a cleaning spree of the garage, which is why I used this kit to begin with, because it was a cleaning kit, and that's what I was doing, was cleaning the garage, which was horrible. Absolutely horrible. Took us all weekend to do, and then actually took us most of the week too. But we had a couple of days in there that we didn't work on it. But it took us until like the next Friday to finish it. All right, I'm going to need to pause really fast. I will be right back. The joys of a voiceover. Are you going to know that I had to run off for a minute? No. But it does matter to me because my brain is so flighty that I can't remember what I'm doing at any given time. So yeah, say no to soft top. That's all there is to it. All right, so Friday, I think we're talking about the cleaning spree because we did a huge chunk of the garage that day, but the garage just took forever and we all hated doing it. So besides that, we also went to the grocery store. I put errands, so we went to like Costco and Lowe's. So it's not just groceries. We did two different things, but I didn't have room to put Costco and Lowe's, so I just put grocery shopping. I have a distinct lack of shopping stickers. I don't know why. I was looking through them and I have grocery shopping stickers, but I don't have spending stickers or shopping stickers almost at all. So that's fun. And then we also went to get my son's prescription. I think it could have been my prescription. It just is a prescription. I don't know. And then Caleb had to get some blood work done. Because he was changing meds and they needed to make sure that his body was able to change his meds. Words are fun. I don't remember what we were getting from Lowe's. I think we were getting, I think we went and got containers for the garage because my goal was to unpack all of the paper boxes because I have a very, very dramatic issue with roaches, and I know that roaches are attracted to boxes, and I also know that small critters like squirrels and mice and stuff will eat through boxes to get to what's inside. But I also know that if you repack all of your stuff into totes instead of cardboard boxes, not only will it look nicer, look cleaner, but things like roaches aren't attracted to it. We live in Washington. The chances of us having a roach problem here is extremely low. However, because I've lived in hot climates before, I am overly sensitive to those nasty ass bugs, and I don't care what you think. They are not water bugs. They are giant roaches that fly. So if we move on to Saturday, we did some shopping. We went to the commissary and to Walmart. And we also went to Target, and I had a Target sticker, but I ran out of room. I don't know how I ran out of room, but I ran out of room. So I'm literally holding the Target sticker right there, but I don't have it down because I didn't have room for it. So I put down shopping. I put down commissary and Walmart, and I was going to put down Target too, but it just didn't happen. I also got more Happy Mail in the mail. It looks like I got my journals and stickers in the mail, which I was getting quite a few stickers temporarily at that point in time. The journals or the planners you've already seen. And then we also had another workout. I did 10 minutes on the elliptical and 35 minutes of weights. And then it was back to cleaning again, which is why we had Chipotle for dinner this night. Because after cleaning the garage all day and running errands, nobody was going to cook. So we did Chipotle, which drives my husband nuts when I call it Chipotle, but whatever, it's Chipotle. All right, and then on Friday, it's a big cluster of messed up stuff in here. So I don't have everything written down. I have most of it written down. Okay, so I started off the day with cleaning the inside of the house. I put the cleaning spree sticker down, and then I put the 3 main areas that we cleaned. But we did them at different times during the day. So we started off by cleaning our room and cleaning the kitchen, because my room has a tendency to become a bomb because I film my Planet with Me's up here. I have all the animals up here, and I have an abundance of books, and so I'm constantly having issues with my room getting messed up, and there's fur everywhere, and so I have to go through and clean it on a regular basis. Like, I figure most adults have to do like laundry and change bedding and that kind of stuff and vacuum, but I feel like I have extra stuff to do because I've got books everywhere and stickers everywhere, and I don't know, this is where my hoarding comes in. So we did our room first, then we did the kitchen, and the big part of the day was cleaning the garage. It looks like we went to Lowe's again. I want to say the reason that we went to Lowe's again was because we got the wrong size totes, and so we had to go back and exchange it for the right size totes. But I didn't put it down here at all because I didn't have any room. I also had a shift from 1:45 to 5:45, so we did the main cleaning before my shift and then the garage after my shift. We also worked on laundry, and I finished Vampire Academy because that was the book series at night that I was working on at the time. So Vampire Academy was fun to reread. I have never read Bloodlines, and I'm not sure if I should read Bloodlines or not, because Vampire Academy was fun and I gave it a very nostalgic 4 stars, but it wasn't as good as I remembered it being. Luckily, I got all the audiobooks on my library's Libby app, but I didn't actually pay for any of them because the audiobooks were kind of terrible. And I'm wondering how much a bad audiobook can make or break a book for me. Because The Fourth Wing, it was read by Rebecca Soler. Rebecca Soler is one of my favorite audiobook authors. She reads all of Marissa Meyer's books, but I think she had a cold when she read The Fourth Wing because you could hear her breathing and you could hear what sounded like phlegmy throats, which is gross. And I'm like, okay, why didn't you guys just wait to record this when she wasn't sick? Because it sounds terrible. But I really enjoyed it. It didn't bother me. I actually was so absorbed into it, I was reading it and listening to it at the same time. So I don't know if the reread for Vampire Academy bothered me because of the audiobook or because it just wasn't what I wanted anymore. I don't know. Maybe it just didn't age well. I'm not sure. But I have all the Bloodlines books, and now I'm like, I'm not sure if I want to read the Bloodlines books. So I need an opinion. Is the Bloodlines books worth reading? Let me know, yay or nay. So now I'm just putting down all of the little extras. I didn't use the framed ones much. I think I used one of the framed ones. But most of it was just the ones that have like the sparkly edges, just to add some prettiness to it. Because I didn't have like a person to really frame. I think the only thing I framed was the top corner box. And I have a bunch of stickers left. So I'm wondering if I can do next week as a cleaning one too, because next week is when we finished the garage. The garage looks a lot better now. There's still a little bit of things, like there's a couch in the garage that needs to go. We tried giving a bunch of stuff away. We were able to give away a bunch of dressers, my whole old bed set, a refrigerator, just a bunch of stuff. The only thing that didn't go was the couch, which, I mean, it's kind of tore up. I get it. But we were giving everything away for free because I see no point in charging for anything. And of course, Nikki was like, I need a fridge. And I was like, crap, are you serious? And she's like, yes. And I was like, I should have given it to her. But we didn't know each other super, super well when we were doing this. We have really, really bonded in the last couple of weeks last month or so. So, probably last month and a half. So this was probably right before we started getting really close, which makes me a little bit sad because it would have been great to be able to give the fridge to somebody who was going to use it and love it and need it. Hopefully the family that got it did love it and need it. But we got rid of a bunch of stuff. So we got rid of, like I said, a refrigerator, and a bunch of furniture. And one of the ladies who was taking them was really excited because she had part of the bed set, but not the whole bed set. So she was able to take the rest of it. And she'd been looking for it for a long time. And then somebody else was really excited because we had dressers. Then she redoes them and then gives them to families in need. So it was just nice to be able to not only clean out the garage, but give things to people that were actually going to need them and use them. So we have a few things left that we need to throw away, like the couch, because nobody wants a gross couch, which I get. It's actually in pretty good shape for how old it is, but it's really scratched up and the cat's peed on it a few times. So I get it. I get why people do not want the couch. But luckily, like I said, the garage is done now. But I did go into the beginning of next month to do it. So I guess we'll see if it works or not. So now I'm just doing all the little finishing touches, like putting the little glittery headers on the little glittery headers. And it looks like I will be able to finish out this Plan With Me voiceover without taking another break. Famous last words, I realize. But I literally have like 2 minutes left. So yeah, I don't think I have anything else big to add. Yeah, this was a Scribble prints. I don't know if I said that or not. And yeah, that was about it. So, sometimes I get to the end of these and I have to hurry up and shut up because I said too much and didn't have anything else to add to it. And other times, like this one, I finish speaking like a minute early and don't have anything else to do. Oh, that's what I'm doing. I'm like, why am I not coming back and talking to you yet? I'm going to fill in all the little blanks here. So one of the little blanks was too small for the little that I picked out. I didn't put anything on them. And normally I would go through and put like deco stickers on those little blank spots. Like this one here on Wednesday, I would have put like deco stickers there. I'm putting that on my extra little sheet, not just on the thing randomly. But I don't have much deco for this one that I actually liked. It's like cleaning supplies. Do you want cleaning supplies deco? Because I don't want cleaning supplies deco. I probably should have just tried to make that all into one instead of two. But yeah, I had a couple of them. I had one on Monday, 2 on Wednesday, and then I had another little one on Thursday. So that is the end. I could not figure out what I was doing and what I was procrastinating on. Well, see you soon. All right, sorry about the line. The light that side is changing, and I tried to angle everything so that it would work well. All right, I just put a couple of like empties in here because I didn't have a place to put them, and I had too much to just use extra boxes. But I think it looks cute. I completely forgot to use the bougie boxes or whatever the underlay are called. I totally spaced and didn't remember until I was finishing up this one that I remembered that I was supposed to put those on. So, whoops. All right, so we have quite a bit of the kit left. I'm gonna see if this one would work with the other one, because that way I can just use that one too. That one's almost gone. Just the little ones left. That one's partially there, partially gone. A few other stickers left. Don't mind my background noise if you can hear my child. Okay, I think they're moving off now, so maybe you won't hear them as much. And then I have all of these left. Thought I had more work than that. Because I didn't work much, which honestly I haven't been working much since that one day. So I had a couple of these little boxes left. I probably left the cutest ones because we didn't have anything to really frame because I don't have a human face in here at all. And then I have all of these that I totally forgot to use. But I think it looks really cute. I like it. I hope you guys do too. Sorry about that. and I will see you guys again in the next one. Bye.